Welcome back, and today I'm going to talk about the x450 fighter vtol and compare it to the Jjrc version of the same plane. Now, is this really the same plane? Well, let's find out. First thing we're going to do here is we're going to look at the canopy here, right? If it was the same plane, you should be able to take this one off, grab the one from the other one, which is completely beat up, and it should be able to stick on there. Well, kind of, right? Kind of. But you can see that they are kind of different. So it may work, but not really. It's not really designed to stay in there. What is, though, designed to stay there is the battery, and we'll check out if it actually is enough to power it. Now, this is the battery from the other drone, and this is one thing that they both have in common. You see how this is supposed to be Velcro? This part here of the Velcro never seems to ever want to stay inside the drone. They just probably did not glue it onto the drone properly. So with both planes, you're going to have this issue here where that does not stick, and every time you take the battery out, it'll just snap off. Anyway, the battery itself is pretty much the same as the Jjrc one, except that the Jjrc one is, how do you say, not charged because it's new, so I won't be able to put it in. Although they're both 11.1 volts, and I believe they both should be 20C. However, this one, actually, I'm mistaken. This one is 110 instead of 1,000 and 100. So that's 1100, and this one is only 1,000. So I guess this is more powerful. Hopefully, it won't blow it up. I don't know. That'll be something that we'll test out to see for you guys. Now, the other problem that you're going to see here is that this bird here, when you put the battery in, you see how it flip-flops in there? Now, if you take the other one that you guys see me fly, when the battery goes in, it stays perfectly in place. There has nowhere to go. So is that a positive or a negative? Well, if you're planning to put in a larger battery, then it is a negative because you won't be able to, right, in the x450, but you will be able to do that in the Jjrc version. You'll be able to fit a much larger battery in there, and actually the compartment itself feels like it's not only it's wider, maybe it's a little bit longer as well, so you can fit a bigger battery. So that's a plus for some people and a negative for others, because when you're flying the smaller battery, you know it's going to be waving around, so I don't know, maybe you might need to put some fillers or something in there to stop it from jumping around in your drone, especially if you're going to do CG with it. There's a chance that it may fly out of position or do something, and that might not be so good for your flights. So yeah, I don't think anybody's done a very comprehensive explanation of how these two things differ, but I'm trying to do that here in this video. Let's also talk about the controllers real quick, because they're not exactly the same either. All right, so this is the one that you've seen me use over and over again with the x450, and this is the Jjrc, as it says right there. Now, first thing that you're going to notice is that this one turns on immediately the second you do that. Okay, there's no batteries in here, but yeah, this is, you've seen it happen in my previous videos. You can go back and check it out. To turn it on, you just do this, and it automatically turns on very quickly. This one, instead, you need to long press it, and then it turns on, just like that. So there's a big difference right there. Then, as far as the controls go, the red buttons are pretty much the same, but this remote control here is way thinner. You see that? They both feel pretty sturdy and pretty high quality, so not a big difference right there. But for instance, this one will have a takeoff button right here, although I've never used it before. I don't even know if it works. I usually just arm it like this, and once the motors are starting to run, then you give it a little bit of throttle. This one I don't know because I haven't tried it, but we will try it soon enough in a next video. So then we'll talk about how that works. Then of course you've got this up and down. This one gives you more pressure than this one. This one is way more fluid as it goes up and down. Whether that's a positive or a negative, we'll see. But this one is also stronger, turning left and right. And this one gives you this odd, you see they sound different. So we'll see if that is better or worse. Same here. This one has a lot of really fast, and this one has more of a, you see how that's different there. So we'll see if that affects the way things fly. Then this one here has, it would seem like 4 different buttons for the photo, although my drone did not come in with an FPV camera. If you did have one, then this has 4 functions, and this one only has 1. I think it's just click for a picture and then keep it pressed to start an actual video. It has extra modes, and on here, as you can see, it only has takeoff and stuck mode, which I still don't know what they do. And here it has H and L, so maybe that's high and low modes. We'll have to figure that out. On the top, there's nothing special. These are fake buttons, so maybe they use it for other vehicles that have extra channels. I don't know. That's pretty much the same. This is also a fake one. So yeah, everything else is pretty much the same except for the batteries. This one takes 6 batteries, and the Jjrc only needs 4 to operate. So big difference there. I prefer the ones that usually take 4 instead of 6 because it does save on battery. Although obviously they may not last as long. I don't know. We'll have to see because you have less in there. So yeah, this is as comprehensive as I could make it. You have the 3-switch and same here. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And in the next one, I'm going to try to start up the drone, not the drone, the plane, and we'll see how it works. See you in the next.